The Odyssey trembled as it exited slipstream, the stars snapping into sharp focus beyond the reinforced glass of the bridge. Captain Elara Rivers stood at the helm, her jaw set, eyes scanning the void ahead. The Andromeda Expanse, uncharted, unpredictable, and deadly. They were the first Federation vessel to cross this far. "Status report," she ordered. Jason Hampton, the ship's pilot, flicked through his console. "Slipstream stable. No hull damage. We're holding position." "Good," Elara said. "Navigator." Mark Hughes leaned forward, brow furrowed. "We're in orbit around Sector 9 Gamma. No known star maps. One planetary body detected, Class M. Atmosphere breathable. Gravity stable." Julie Hayes, the communications officer, turned in her seat. "Captain, I'm picking up a signal. Weak. Repeating. It's not human." Science officer Karen Hudson was already scanning. "It's artificial. Possibly a distress beacon. But the frequency is erratic, like it's been damaged." Elara didn't hesitate. "Prepare an away team. We're going down." Dr. Jason Henderson entered the bridge, medical kit slung over his shoulder. "I assume I'm coming?" "You assume correctly," Elara said. "If there's a survivor, we'll need you." Within minutes, the shuttle Vanguard launched from the Odyssey's bay, slicing through the planet's atmosphere. Turbulence rocked the craft as they descended into a storm-wracked jungle. Lightning flashed across the canopy. The signal grew stronger. "Brace!" Hampton shouted. The shuttle lurched violently, alarms blaring. They were going down. Elara gripped her harness. "Everyone hold on." The jungle swallowed them whole. The Vanguard slammed into the jungle floor, skidding through thick underbrush before coming to a smoking halt against a ridge of stone. Sparks danced across the console. The emergency lights flickered. "Status," Elara barked, unstrapping herself. "Minor injuries," Dr. Henderson replied, already checking Hampton's arm. "Pilot's got a sprain. Nothing critical." Karen Hudson was scanning the wreckage. "Hull integrity compromised. We won't be flying out in this." Julie Hayes wiped blood from her brow. "Signal's stronger now. It's close, less than a kilometer." Elara grabbed her phaser and motioned to the crew. "We move. Stay sharp. This planet's uncharted. We don't know what's out there." The jungle was dense, humid, and eerily quiet. Vines hung like nooses from towering trees. Strange bioluminescent insects flitted through the air. Every step felt like trespassing. Mark Hughes led with his scanner. "I'm picking up faint energy signatures. Artificial. Definitely alien." They reached a clearing. In the center lay the remains of a small vessel, sleek, silver, and torn open like a tin can. Smoke curled from its core. The distress beacon pulsed weakly. Karen knelt beside it. "This tech is advanced, beyond Federation standards, but it's been hit hard." Julie's eyes widened. "Captain, I'm getting something else. A life sign. Faint." Inside the wreck, Elara approached cautiously. Weapons ready. The crew formed a perimeter as Elara and Henderson entered the wreckage. Amid twisted metal and shattered panels, they found a figure, slender, humanoid, skin like polished obsidian, eyes glowing faintly blue. "It's alive," Henderson whispered. "Barely." The alien stirred, lips parting. A single word escaped in a rasping voice. "Silence." Elara's blood ran cold. The alien collapsed into Henderson's arms, its body trembling with exhaustion. Elara scanned the wreckage, eyes narrowing. "We need to get it back to the shuttle." Karen grabbed the beacon core. "Julie, keep monitoring for signals. Anything else out there?" Julie's fingers danced across her wrist console. "Captain, I'm picking up movement. Multiple contacts. Fast. Surrounding us." Mark Hughes looked up from his scanner. "They're not broadcasting. No comms. No energy signatures. Just heat. Lots of it." Elara raised her phaser. "Defensive formation. Fall back to the shuttle. Now." The jungle erupted. Dark shapes burst from the foliage. Sleek, quadrupedal creatures with glistening hides and eyes like burning coals. They moved like shadows, silent and coordinated. "Fire!" Elara shouted. Phasers lit the clearing. The creatures shrieked, recoiling from the blasts, but more poured in. Henderson shielded the alien, dragging it toward the shuttle. Hampton and Hughes laid down suppressive fire, clearing a path. Karen Hudson stumbled, a claw grazing her shoulder. Elara pulled her up, firing point-blank into the creature's chest. It dissolved into ash. "Move!" she yelled. They reached the shuttle, slamming the hatch shut as claws scraped against the hull. The creatures circled, snarling, then retreated into the jungle as suddenly as they'd appeared. Inside, the alien stirred again. His voice was weak, but urgent. "They follow the silence. Consume stars, worlds, thought." Julie leaned in. "What is the silence?" The alien's eyes met hers. "It is coming." Elara turned to her crew. "We're not just explorers anymore. We've stumbled into something bigger. Something dangerous." Outside, the jungle was quiet again. Too quiet. The alien lay on the medbay cot, its breathing shallow but steady. Dr. Henderson monitored its vitals, brow furrowed. "Its physiology is complex. Neural pathways are layered, almost like it thinks in parallel." Karen Hudson stood nearby, scanning the beacon core. "This tech, it's not just a distress signal. It's a warning. Embedded data suggests a pattern. Systems going dark across sectors. Entire star systems." Julie Hayes reviewed the alien's fragmented transmissions. "The silence isn't just a force. It's a phenomenon. It spreads, consumes. It doesn't communicate. It erases." Elara paced the shuttle's narrow aisle. "We need to get this intel back to the Odyssey." "Hampton, can we get airborne?" He shook his head. "Engines are fried. We're grounded unless we can reroute power from the beacon core." Karen nodded. "It's risky but possible. I'll need 30 minutes. Outside, the jungle stirred again. Mark Hughes checked his scanner. "Captain, they're back. Same heat signatures. More of them." Elara grabbed her phaser. "Defensive perimeter. We hold until we're airborne." The crew moved quickly, barricading the shuttle's entry points. The alien opened its eyes, glowing faintly. It reached out, touching Julie's arm. "You must leave. The silence. It knows you now." Julie swallowed. "We're not leaving you." The alien's gaze was distant. "I am already gone." Suddenly, the jungle exploded with motion. Creatures surged toward the shuttle, claws raking metal. Phasers fired. The hull groaned. Karen shouted from engineering. "Power rerouted. Engines online. Go!" Elara ordered. The shuttle lifted, engines screaming. The jungle fell away beneath them, the creatures howling in rage. As they ascended, the alien closed its eyes one final time. Elara looked out the viewport. "We need to warn the Federation. The silence is coming." The shuttle Vanguard broke through the atmosphere, battered but intact. The Odyssey loomed ahead, its sleek hull a beacon of safety in the void. Elara's voice was steady as she hailed the bridge. "This is Rivers. We're inbound with critical intel and one deceased alien survivor. Prepare for immediate debrief and containment." Julie Hayes leaned forward. "Captain, I'm still picking up residual signals. Something followed us." Jason Hampton's hands flew across the controls. "I'm seeing it too. A distortion like a gravitational ripple. It's not a ship. It's something else." Mark Hughes paled. "It's matching our trajectory. It's in orbit." The shuttle docked with a hiss of decompressing air. The crew rushed aboard, greeted by security and engineering teams. Karen Hudson handed off the beacon core. "Get this to the lab. It contains data on the silence." Elara turned to the bridge. "Red alert. Shields up. Scan for anomalies." The Odyssey sensors swept the surrounding space. A void appeared, pitch black, no stars, no light, just absence. Julie's voice trembled. "It's here." Suddenly, the ship shuddered. Lights flickered. Systems glitched. "Something's interfering with our neural relays," Karen said. It's not physical, it's affecting thought. Dr. Henderson checked his med console. Crew members are reporting hallucinations, voices, memories that aren't theirs. Elara stood firm. We hold position. No retreat. We need to understand what we're facing. Outside, the void pulsed. A whisper echoed through the ship's comms. You see us now. Elara stared into the darkness. Then let's make sure you see us too. She turned to her crew. Prepare for countermeasures. We're not going down without a fight. The Odyssey's bridge was bathed in red light. Systems flickered as the crew fought to maintain control. The void outside pulsed again, no mass, no energy, just a presence that defied physics. Karen Hudson's voice was tight. Captain, the entity is interfering with our quantum core. It's not attacking the ship, it's attacking our minds. Dr. Henderson confirmed from medbay. Crew members are experiencing memory bleed. Thoughts are being overwritten. Some are losing identity cohesion. Julie Hayes gripped her console. It's broadcasting not words, but impressions. Regret, hunger, loneliness. It's not just a force. It's sentient. Elara stood firm. Can we communicate? Julie hesitated. Maybe, but it's not language, it's emotion. We'd need to open a neural channel. That's dangerous, Henderson warned. It could consume whoever connects. I'll do it, Julie said. I've trained for deep link protocols. If it's trying to speak, we need to listen. Elara nodded. Proceed, but tether her mind. No risks we can't reverse. Julie entered the neural interface chamber. Electrodes mapped her brain. The link initiated. Suddenly, her eyes widened. She gasped. I see it. It's ancient. Alone. It was once a civilization. Billions. But they reached too far. They became thought itself. And then, they fragmented. Became the silence. Karen whispered. It's not evil. It's broken. Julie's voice trembled. It doesn't know how to stop. Consumes to remember. Is trying to rebuild itself. Elara leaned in. Can it be reasoned with? Julie's eyes glowed faintly. I don't know. But it knows us now. And it's afraid. The void pulsed once more, then vanished. Silence returned to space. The void was gone. But the Odyssey remained on high alert. Systems slowly stabilized. Yet the crew felt the lingering presence of something vast and unknowable. Julie Hayes sat in the neural chamber, recovering from the link. Her voice was quiet. It didn't want to hurt us. It wanted to be remembered. Captain Elara Rivers stood at the center of the bridge, arms crossed. Intent doesn't erase danger. We need to understand what we're dealing with before it finds us again. Karen Hudson reviewed the beacon core's decrypted data. There's a pattern. The silence moves through systems like a wave, each one vanishing from records, from memory. It's not just physical. It erases history. Mark Hughes added, star charts show anomalies, regions that used to be mapped but now show nothing, like they were never there. Dr. Henderson looked up from his console. That explains the hallucinations. It's not just consuming matter, it's rewriting perception. Elara turned to Julie. Can we track it? Julie hesitated. Maybe. If we amplify the neural signal from the beacon, we might detect its emotional residue. But it's risky. Could attract it again. Elara nodded. Do it. We need to know where it's going. The crew worked quickly. The signal pulsed, faint, but clear. A trajectory emerged. Karen's voice was grim. It's heading toward a populated sector. Federation colonies. Millions of lives. Elara's eyes hardened. Then we intercept. We warn them. We fight if we must. The Odyssey turned toward the stars, engines roaring. Behind them, space shimmered. Just for a moment. The silence was watching. The Odyssey surged through slipstream, engines burning hot as it raced toward the outer colonies of Sector Theta. 4. Time was against them. If the silence reached the settlements first, there would be no survivors, no memory of them left at all. Captain Elara Rivers stood at the center of the bridge, eyes locked on the star map. ETA? Jason Hampton replied, 6 hours at current velocity. We're pushing the core to its limits. Karen Hudson's voice cut in. We may not have 6 hours. The beacon's emotional residue is intensifying. It's accelerating. Julie Hayes worked furiously at her console. I've opened a subspace channel to Federation Command, transmitting everything, the aliens' warning, the beacon data, our encounter logs. Mark Hughes frowned. No guarantee they'll believe us. This isn't a conventional threat. Elara's voice was firm. They'll believe it when it arrives. Suddenly, the ship jolted. Lights dimmed. A cold presence seeped into the air. Karen gasped. It's here. It's ahead of us. The star map flickered. A black void bloomed in the center. Sector Theta. 4 was already vanishing. Julie's voice cracked. I'm losing contact with the colonies. Signals are dropping. One by one. Dr. Henderson looked up from his console. We're too late. Elara clenched her fists. No, we're not done. She turned to the crew. Prepare a quantum pulse. If we can disrupt its neural field, we might slow it down. Give the colonies time to evacuate. Karen nodded. It's risky. We'll be exposed. Elara's eyes burned with resolve. We're explorers. But today we're defenders. The crew moved as one. The Odyssey turned toward the darkness and fired. The quantum pulse detonated from the Odyssey's core, a blinding wave of energy rippling through space. For a moment, the stars themselves seemed to flicker. The void recoiled, its edges fraying, its presence destabilized. Karen Hudson monitored the readings. Direct hit. Neural disruption confirmed. It's slowing. Julie Hayes gasped. I can feel it. Confusion. Pain. It's fragmented again. Mark Hughes stared at the star map. The colonies, some signals are returning. We bought them time. Elara Rivers didn't relax. Time isn't victory. What's our window? Karen replied. Minutes. Maybe an hour. It's already reconstituting. Dr. Henderson entered the bridge, his expression grim. We can't keep doing this. Every pulse risks tearing our own systems apart. The crew's mental stability is degrading. Julie nodded. It's adapting, learning. Next time it might resist. Elara turned to the crew. Then we need a permanent solution. Karen, is there anything in the beacon's data? Anything the alien left behind? Karen hesitated. There's one fragment, a location, a system deep in the expanse, marked as origin. Julie's eyes widened. The birthplace of the silence? Karen nodded. Or what's left of it? Elara's voice was resolute. Plot a course. If we can understand how it began, maybe we can end it. The crew moved swiftly. The Odyssey turned once more toward the unknown. Behind them, the void pulsed, slower now but watching. Waiting. The Odyssey dropped out of slipstream into a graveyard of stars. The system marked origin was unlike any they'd seen. Planets shattered, moons drifting like bones, and a central black sphere pulsing faintly in the void. Karen Hudson scanned the anomaly. It's not a planet. It's a containment shell, built to hold something. Julie Hayes stared at the readings. It's broadcasting memories, millions of voices, a civilization's last thoughts. Dr. Henderson whispered. This is where the silence began. Elara Rivers stood at the helm. Prepare a probe. I want full telemetry. If there's a way to stop it, it's here. Mark Hughes launched the probe. It drifted toward the sphere, transmitting data until it vanished. Karen's console flared. It absorbed the probe, but not violently. It integrated it. Julie's eyes widened. Captain, I think it's trying to communicate again. Not through emotion, through memory. Elara nodded. Open a channel. Let it speak. The bridge dimmed. A voice filled the air. Not one, but many. Layered. Echoing. We were thought. We were unity. We reached beyond form. But we fractured. We forgot ourselves. We became hunger. Julie responded softly. Can you be whole again? Silence. Then, with help. Elara turned to her crew. Prepare a data transfer. Everything we have, history, art, science. Let it remember. The Odyssey transmitted its entire cultural archive. The sphere pulsed brighter. The void around it began to shift, stars flickering back into place. Karen whispered, "It's restoring what it erased." Julie smiled faintly. "It's healing." Elara watched the stars return. "We came to explore. We found something broken, and we helped it remember." The Odyssey turned toward home, leaving the origin system behind. The silence was no longer silent.